Sunnies. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. In the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me Jesus Christ is as sweet as a dove for the first of my life. I see I need his love. Oh, Sunnies, welcome to Beaming Light. I am Danita. Beaming stands for bold, enlightened, aware, mature, insightful, nurturing, grateful. Light stands for loving, intelligent, generous, honest, and tactful. Welcome to my channel where I talk about my personal experiences, relate them to song lyrics, and the song lyrics to Bible verses to make it make sense in today's society. And y'all, like, it feels good to be home. Like, my computer is fixed, y'all. So, I ain't gonna lie. The volume button got stuck and it locked up everything because I had dropped it. But that's neither here nor there because the enemy is still busy. But I take accountability for that. However, y'all, the enemy is still enemying. So we ain't gonna worry about that. We are going to get into our message because on my LL, I need love. We're going to look at Amos chapter 5, verse 12 through 15. On my LL, I need love. On my LL. You know, like that Victoria Monet song, On My Mama, On My Hood. She remade Charlie Boy, I think that's his name. Yeah. I look fly. I look good. It's like, I'm on my LL. I need love. Let's get into it. I want to talk about the type of love that you need first, right? If you have been really doing your inner work to heal, you have understood that, you're starting to gain one's definition, right? Finding God within you. And if you are really doing that work and like wholeheartedly trying to heal from whatever pain, whatever the past is, you're realizing that the only love you really need is God. Right? Because when you start to love God, you really start to love yourself. And I think that the devil gets in the way of that. I think the devil plays these games with our minds, making us feel like we don't deserve the love of God. Yo, that's powerful. I'm about to cry. Like, why wouldn't you be deserving of love from God? Why wouldn't you? He created you out of his image. Why don't you think you deserve his love? Oh, I did this in the past, or, this happened, or I experienced this, or, I'm not where I want to be. I told you, God don't care. He don't care about none of that. Like, all that stuff you saying, like you making excuses to try and like not have a conversation with God. God said he don't want to hear it. He done. Stop making excuses and start making time to spend with God. Why are you making excuses? I'm gonna tell you, the enemy almost got to me today because after I picked up my computer, I was like, I'm just gonna take a little drive because I like to just kind of ride around and it relaxes my mind. It frees my mind a little bit and it gives me inspiration. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was like, I need to record these messages. I need to get the word out because this is important. Someone needs to hear this today. And I don't know who needs to hear this today, but you deserve God's love. You're worthy for God's love. It doesn't matter what person, what place, it doesn't matter anything about that. You, in particular, look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am worthy of God's love. What I'm not going to put up or tolerate is the devil. I'm not putting up or tolerating the devil's bullshit. I'm not putting up with or tolerating the devil's lies, his schemes, his plots. Whatever it is that the devil is bringing your way, the people, you're not tolerating that. Because you deserve God's love. And what is God's love? Is unconditional. Whatever you go through in life, he's there for you. You need his love. You don't need people. But let me tell you one thing. You need God. I'm hearing somebody need to hear this on today. Y'all, okay, before I get into this, I have a friend. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And we went to this church service, and the pastor kept saying like on today, on tomorrow. He's like, why he keep saying on? Like, stop putting up. It's an inside joke. If he sees his message, he knows who it's for. But someone needs his message on today. Like, you need to hear that you deserve God's love. Why are you accepting conditional love from the enemy when you can have unconditional love from God? I'm going to tell you why you're doing it. Because it's comfortable. It's familiar. You know it, right? When you know something, you see how it works, and you know the ins and outs of it, the intricacies, it gets comfortable. You get stuck in that. And I feel like that's not even just to stay with another person. That could be with a career too. You could be very comfortable with your career because it's like you've been doing it for so long. You know the ins and outs of it is easy. And so you just stay there, but you are not receiving joy. You're not receiving peace. You feel like it's working against you versus working with you. The only thing that's going to fight against you is the enemy. God is going to work with you. God is going to be like, okay, so like what we need to do to change. I need you to go within. I need you to find your inner me within you, within yourself. So finding your inner God within you. And allowing him to direct you and guide you and put you on a path that you need to be on. It's so hard though, because here's the thing. Because you're so comfortable with, and familiar with the enemy, you feel like you can kind of control it a little bit. That's another game the devil likes to play. Remember I tell you don't really have control over anything. All you can do is accept accountability and responsibility for your actions. Like, the volume button was stuck. My bad. I accept accountability for that. When I went to go pick up my computer, the guy was like, so how is this? And I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I dropped it a couple of times. And he was like, he just shook his head and laughed. Because it's nothing you can do. All you can do is accept accountability for your mistakes. You're not perfect. God is not asking for you to be perfect. And that's where all this confusion comes in. Well, I don't go to church every Sunday. I don't talk to my pastor. I haven't tithed. Sometimes tithing is giving back to the community. Sometimes tithing is an encouraging word. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's not good to give to church. Yes, you definitely want to donate to a church that you know that your money is going to go and help people in need. But there are so many other ways to give. This is where we have to kind of like free our mind a little bit, open up our mindset, understand that there are multiple ways to meet people and do the work for God's kingdom to not only fulfill what he has within you, what he wants you to do on this earth as your mission, but to also uplift humanity, to bring people on a higher frequency, a higher vibe. We don't live in a perfect world, but we do have a perfect God. And what I mean by that is God, he's like Ja Rule in Ashanti. He might not always be there when you call, but he's always on time. He's always on time for you. Even though he might not be there when you call him, he shows up just in time. He shows, and y'all, this is what I love about God for real. On some serious stuff, like when God shows up, he shows out completely. You be like, damn. Ain't nothing but God. There's nothing but God here. Y'all, I feel like y'all ain't hearing me. Let's go inside Bible verses. Amos chapter 5, verse 12 to 15. Y'all know famous Amos? When I wrote this down, I was like, not like the cookies, but from Baton Rouge, like, yeah, I bet you won. I bet you. Okay, that's okay. Don't matter. All right. So we're going to start at verse 12 on chapter 5. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins, they afflict the just. They take a bribe and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their right. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Seek God and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord, the God of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. Hate the evil and love the good. I need to say that one more time. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord God of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Hate the evil and love the good. For the first time in my life, I know I need God. Like, I want Sunnies to understand that God is with you. He wants you to do his will. He wants you to work out of the righteous, right? How does that look for you? Because working out of the righteous works for different people. It looks different for different people, right? This is what's so beautiful about this human experience, is that we don't all have to be the same. We don't all have to be like a person. Would I want to be Beyonce? Oh, wait, let me say this. Would I want to be Beyonce? Yes, I would. Who wouldn't? Have you seen her? It's a crime to be that fine. Anyway, but am I her? No. Am I happy with Danita? Yes. Am I satisfied? Yes. Do I have joy and peace within myself? Yes. Would I want to be Halle Berry? Who wouldn't? But am I happy with myself? Sometimes we get so caught up being in this human experience, trying to keep up and compete and compare ourselves to other people who we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to. We shouldn't be competing with anyone. Remember, I tell you, the only person that you should compete with is you from yesterday. How can you make today count? What can you do to uplift humanity today? What can you do to make the world a better place today? For you and for me and the entire human. Y'all know that Michael song. Is that We Are the World? I don't remember. Hate the evil and love the good. And this is another thing. This is another thing. Y'all, Sebastian be tripping sometimes. It's another thing I want to bring to your attention as well. You know, when we talk about the enemy, when I speak about the enemy, there are outside enemies that come in and attack. When I talk about the enemy, I'm talking about the enemy within you, the bad within you. What do you need to fight off to overcome the evil within and embrace the good? And some people don't want to face that fact. That's hard to say, like, well, I have some evil ways. I mean, some people do have some evil ways, and it just is what it is. There's always a healthy balance between good and bad, right? Like I say, you want to have enough bad in you so you're like not self-sacrificing or putting up with anyone's BS that you know you don't deserve. You know what I mean? And it's like not like that you have to have it or handle it in a bad way. You just know how to move. Because you got to be as gentle as a dove and as wise as a serpent. So, if somebody needs to hear this message, Chase, let me sidetrack for a second. Sebastian was outside earlier today, and he was slithering around the grass like a snake. So, God is telling me to tell someone, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to check your crew, because you got some snakes that you still haven't gotten rid of. But going back, you know, you have some bad within you. You have some things that are within you that you need to conquer your demons within. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's an affliction. Maybe it's like trauma from the past. Because sometimes when we hold on to those things, that creates our reality now. That creates what we're experiencing now. If you're holding on to the negative in the past, then it really alters your present. It shapes your future. That's why I say it's so good to go in and heal whatever trauma or problems that were existing before. I posted, I'm not sure if anybody really paid attention to it, but I said that, like forgiveness is once you heal, you forgive that person. Like that person is forgiven from your perspective. Because what you need to realize, Sunnies, is that forgiveness is not for them. It is not for you. It's for God. It's what God wants you to do. Forgiveness is saying, I don't know what's going on with this person, but my relationship is with you, God. So I'm going to forgive that person because I know if I don't and I hold on to this, I'm blocking myself. So here's my question to you today. Have you forgiven? Once you forgive, now what kind of love do you need? What are you searching for? Why do you need it at this point if you're like, I know some people that are still looking for like their parents at a certain age, and y'all. Oh, this is confirmation. I just seen a bird fly. Kudos if you can handle that. But if you have a fear of rejection, you need to rethink that idea. You need to revise it and figure out if you're ready for that journey. And why I say this, because sometimes when we hold on or we try to look, not even just parents, and like siblings, whatever, family, long lost family, relatives, you may not get the welcome that you feel like you deserve. You may be met with a cold shoulder. And a lot of Sunnies, I don't want to say this to all my Sunnies, but don't take things personal. People go through their things in life that they're trying to heal from themselves. They may be still stuck in the past. So if you come along, you might not be welcomed with open arms. Somebody needs to hear that. God said somebody needs to hear that. And it's okay. Because here's the thing. Even if you don't go and embark on that search, once you forgive whoever done you wrong, I don't know who it is, God, I'm just going to forgive them, because I know if this is going to hold me back, this is going to weigh me down, I can't carry this burden anymore. And I know you send Jesus here to take these burdens away from you. So I'm going to lay them with you. I'm going to forgive and keep it moving. Once you release that, it's such a better experience. We put so much on people, like allowing people to determine our mood, our happiness, our peace. No one can determine that but you. You determine your happiness, your mood, your joy, your peace. No one else can tell you what that looks like for you. For me, I knew I needed love from God. I knew I needed to go within. God helps me maintain my joy, my happiness, my peace. Stop putting this on other people. Stop making other people responsible for how you feel in life. You are responsible for your own happiness. All right, Sunnies? I know it's a little all over the place, but I hope I was able to kind of weave it together to make sense, because I'm on my LL and I need love. And that's Sunny vibes on that. Be a beam in your community, spread love, light, and positivity, pay it forward with a random act of kindness. Sunny D vibes. Yeah, I'm feeling myself because I got my nails done today. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for you. I'm humble. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe. I hope this message resonated with at least one person. I feel like I said some things that some people need to hear today, and I'm not always going to be sweet on you guys. Like, I'm always going to be sweet, but I'm also, if I have to hold myself accountable, like, I need to hold you accountable to remember this is accountability. Am I perfect? No. But do I love you? Yes. So let's cultivate an environment of peace, love, joy, and happiness. Until next time.